Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Walker Venrick with Sharp Sports Network, bringing you my top 3 plays for this Sunday 6-game NBA slate here on February 9th. This is an awesome slate. We have quite a few injuries to go off of and a lot of players making their debuts with their new teams that were traded, right there on the deadline day. So we're going to jump right into this one. I don't want to waste any time. Before I do, if you have not already, please do leave a like on this video. We greatly appreciate your support as always. And if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns for us, please leave them in the comment section below. We're happy to give you all advice when we can. Now, jumping into this one, though, first player I want to talk to you guys about here on DraftKings, we have Paul George, PG-13. Paul George has a 31% usage rate on the year and should see over 30 minutes for the second time, really, since his return there. He saw over 30 minutes in that San Antonio game, and he's been playing these 25-ish minute games since. I think he's going to see well over 30 tonight. Kawhi Leonard is expected to rest on the second leg of this back-to-back. When we take Kawhi Leonard off the court, Paul George's usage rate goes up from 31% to 35%, which is a very significant boost. And then he actually gets a major efficiency boost, obviously with the increased usage. They go kind of hand in hand. But the fantasy point per minute boost is actually a 0.23 additional boost there. So that's going to take him to 1.57 fantasy points per minute on average with Kawhi off the court. And they are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have the second worst defensive rating as a team in the NBA. It's a smash spot for Paul George. If he does see over 30 minutes like we're expecting him to, I think he'll see closer to 34, 35 probably. But at least 30 minutes at just $8,100 here on DraftKings, and he's priced very, very cheap as well on FanDuel. So I like him industry-wide, and I think he's an absolute smash today. I will not be fading Paul George in cash games, and I love him in tournament lineups as well. It's just too strong of a point per dollar. We get too high of a ceiling and too safe of a floor from him. And jumping over to FanDuel, let's talk about the second play. This is probably one you guys didn't see coming unless you follow me on Twitter. You know a little bit about the forwards against the Portland Trailblazers. I've mentioned them in a few videos, but we have Derrick Jones Jr. here. He averages around 0.85 to 0.9 fantasy points per minute on the year, and Jay Crowder is expected to make his debut today for this Miami Heat team. I expect Jones to fly totally under the radar because of Jay Crowder making his debut. I like them both, don't get me wrong, but Derrick Jones, I guess I prefer him in tournaments because it is such a high leverage play, but I honestly, I can get behind it in cash. Without Jimmy Butler on the court, the rest of this Heat team is going to thrive. Everybody knows the guards are going to thrive. Bam Adebayo is going to do a little bit better. Everybody's going to be relied on more heavily. This whole team is going to soak up a lot of that Jimmy Butler usage. Derrick Jones, though, is going to match up extremely well here against the Portland Trailblazers, who are a nice pace-up spot for the Heat. The Trailblazers are currently 11th in the league in pace, but they actually allow the most fantasy points per game to opposing power forwards out of any team in the league. And Derrick Jones, if he sees his time at the 3 or 4, it doesn't really matter. If you watch him play, he plays like a 4 no matter if they have him at the 3 or 4. He's going to do very, very well against this Trailblazers team. Jay Crowder, like I said, making his debut, definitely could drip a little bit of his minutes away, and he is priced up 4.9K on DraftKings, 5.2K on FanDuel. I'm absolutely fine with this price tag. It's just too good of a spot for me to ignore him. Again, I guess it's more of a tournament play because I expect him to be very low owned today with everybody looking at Jay Crowder. But man, I love Derrick Jones Jr. today as a really strong leverage play. And let's jump over to MonkeyKnifeFight real quick. This is my favorite play of the day. I like doing two guys, hopefully, that are not in the top 3 plays. I like to give you guys some more intel. It's almost like an additional 2 plays. I love the over on Bam Adebayo and Damian Lillard today. Damian Lillard is going to see a boatload of minutes against this Miami team due to the lack of guards there that they have in Portland. And then Bam Adebayo against Hassan Whiteside without Jimmy Butler on the court just makes too much sense to go over 42.5. I love the over on both of these guys. If you have not tried out MonkeyKnifeFight yet, I do recommend it. It's a really awesome site. They do all sorts of prop bets from fantasy points to rebounds to assists to real points. It's a really awesome site. When you do sign up, though, make sure you use code SSN for your first deposit to get that 100% deposit match up to $50. And let's jump over to my last play, though. Back to DraftKings we go. This is another mid-price play. We have Dillon Brooks here for this Memphis Grizzlies team. I love Dillon Brooks. I've been talking about him all the time this season. and he's 4.9K against the Washington Wizards. He's just way too cheap. He has a 23% usage rate on the year. He averages just under 1 fantasy point per minute, and he should play at least 30 minutes, I would think, in this super fast-paced game here against the Wizards. The Grizz are currently 5th in the league in pace. The Wizards are 6th. It's going to be a very fast up and down sort of a game. It's gonna have a lot of true scoring opportunities for him, of course, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him get one of these 4 and 5, middle of the pack sort of rebound and assist games, kind of fill up the stat sheet a little bit as well here. If he averages his usual 1 fantasy point per minute and does see that 30 minutes, he's already going to be at 6x value. We get way too safe of a floor from him, from Dillon Brooks here at 4.9K with an amazing ceiling as well. He's flashed that 45, 50 fantasy point upside, and that is 10x his price tag. That's what we're looking for. So I love him in cash games, and I'm definitely going to have plenty of exposure to him in tournaments as well. He's just a great play in all formats. The Washington Wizards actually allow the 5th most fantasy points per game to opposing shooting guards, where Brooks will see a vast majority of his minutes. So I love Dillon Brooks today, but that is going to do it for this video. I do appreciate you guys coming out. I wish everybody good luck on this slate tonight. I love these little 6-game Sunday slates. They get the earlier start time too. So I hope that you guys are going to have fun with this one, and I hope these plays help you guys out. But thank you guys again for coming out and watching today's video. I will see you tomorrow with tomorrow's video, and I will be back on Twitch tomorrow. We are no longer streaming on the weekends, but I will be live on Twitch tomorrow right around 4:35 Eastern. The link to that is in the description below. Make sure you drop a follow with us on Twitch. That way you are notified when I go live breaking down the slate. So I hope to see you guys in tomorrow's video and in tomorrow's live stream. But again, thank you guys for coming out, and good luck on this slate tonight.